Hey, beautifuls. I said, hey, beautifuls. So, I'm in my yoga room. I'm reading my charts, my signs. I just figured out how my birth time applies to my specific astrology and natal charts. In the background, I have on Netflix. What's on my Netflix? Well, it is My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman. And in this episode is Ellen DeGeneres. The very, very funny Ellen DeGeneres. So she's talking, and I was listening here and there. Then I started to zone out and just focus on what I was doing. But guess what perked my ears' interest? It was something in the way she started speaking. It resonated with my soul. So I heard her speak a certain way, and I knew it had to be something deep and real. So I listened a little harder. Sounds like she's got tears welling up in her throat. I'm like, oh man, she was abused. And of course, it had to be in her younger years because it wasn't as an adult. I'm assuming, So I go out into the living room to hear it, and lo and behold, she's telling her story about her mother's boyfriend, husband, her spouse, her mother's spouse at the time, who had tricked her into letting him touch her breasts multiple times. Of course, it's heart-wrenching. This hurts. And guys, this is the truth we live in. What I want to know, please write it down in the comments. Let me know, how does that make you feel? If you didn't watch the episode, let me know how me telling you this information about yet another person makes you feel. Are you mad? Or is it just me? Does it even bother you? If it does bother you, what about it specifically bothers you? If it doesn't bother you and instead it makes you feel indifference, why do you feel indifferent? If you're not feeling indifference and you're feeling something else altogether, please let me know what it is and why. I know I ask a lot of questions pertaining to this topic, and it's because I am obsessed with the psychology around this area of abuse. Of course, naturally, I'm obsessed because I have been on the other hand of the abuse, the receiving end, and also because I see how it affects people, and also because of my nature of how curious I am, and I have to understand how something works. So I'm not going to stop until it makes sense, which means I'm never going to stop, because there's no way molesting someone makes any sense. So this is my quest. It's a burden, it's a curse, and it's a joy, because I know that I am shedding light on this topic. I'm not famous right now, and that's okay, because it allows me to speak just as I want to. And I'm just happy that I'm able to add another wave into the huge wave of consciousness in this universe that is going to cause some change. I'm so happy Ellen decided to come out about her story. Just as I'm happy about everyone who comes out, because one, it's going to help her tremendously. I cannot explain enough. I cannot stress enough how speaking about it just helps the one who is abused. Nothing has to be done, but just, speak about it. Give it life. Give yourself that platform to be heard. even if it's to yourself. Say it out loud. Write it down, write it in a phone, say it out loud. Because I'm sure if you were to ask Ellen how she feels after letting Letterman know about what happened to her in her childhood, I'm sure she'd say she was relieved and scared out of her mind. I'm back. So let's play some psychologist. Get the conversation going. Anyone else obsessed with this topic because it has affected you? Or you're just curious in the psychology of the crazy people? Or you're just curious in the psychology of the weak? The weak who are finding our voices. Then you're going to want to stay tuned. So, we have found out that Ellen DeGeneres was abused in her younger years too. How do you think it has affected her life? Do you think she is as affected? Why do you think she didn't say anything? I mean, don't we all hate that question? They always ask us, why didn't you tell anyone? And as usual, we told someone, the first person we told didn't believe us, so we didn't tell anyone again. Or we told someone and nothing happened as a result. So then we decided not to tell anyone again. That's why. But anyway, so why do you think she didn't press charges? Why do you think, let's do with the real question, because she was just a little timid child who was having to deal with her own insecurities with her sexuality, which she was unaware of what was going on really. And, you know, she's young and impressionable to begin with. And plus, back in those days, my days, her days too, it's not like children were educated on how to protect ourselves against sexual predators. Which, here's a plug, guys. You need to buy my book because we need to help children. We cannot be there all the time for children. It's so important that they learn that they can be their own advocate. It's so important that children know that they do not have to fall under peer pressure. And it's so important that children know that there are older, wiser, more conniving people who are trained by the devils, the demons themselves, in how to coerce you into doing something that is not in your best interest. Please, man, I'm serious. When my book is available, buy it. Buy an extra one for a friend and another one for a Christmas gift for another parent who can read it to their child, okay? Very serious. This is an epidemic. We need to do our part in stopping this, okay? Anyway, back to her mother. Why do you think that she stayed with that man even though her own daughter, who came out of her own pussy, told her that this person was touching her, and she still stayed with this guy? Let me know what you think. Why would someone do that? Because mentally, I can't figure it out, and I'm pissed. And I want to know if you're pissed too. And the other question I have is, hypothetically, in our own little world of justified justice, what do you think should happen in this situation? She has just told us this late in life, after 45. She's up there in age, and we're finding out about a crime that has been done years ago. What would you do if you had the power to do something about such situations as these? What would you do? For me, I feel as though it should be the same as any crime. When we find out about someone robbing somewhere or murdering someone, even years after the crime has been committed, what happens? You get booked. You get arrested. You're innocent until proven guilty, but you're going to jail. You get the right to a jury and trial and all that jazz. Something needs to be done. These people can't just walk around free because too much time has passed. Let's get real. What is time anyway? Time is irrelevant. And I'm going to get into some other dimensional stuff right now, but stay with me. Please, I'm going to explain this in layman's terms. Time is irrelevant. When Ellen recorded her interview, it could have been a month ago before I've seen it. But I saw it today, June 10th, 2019, in my present time. In the present, I was watching it. I was there with her. I experienced what she had to say. And in that interview, she spoke about another time, eons ago in her childhood. And we got to relive that moment. All in my present moment. Or someone else's present moment a month ago if they saw it when it aired. Or last week if they got to see it last week. So, time is irrelevant. Future, present, past, it's an illusion. So just because I'm hearing about what happened to her today, June 10th, 2019, does that make the crime any less severe just because it happened, let's say, June 10th, 1989? Does that make the crime less severe? And if it does not, then why is the punishment not being implemented? It should be. Let's say they don't get a full conviction anyway. The appropriate amount of years they should receive. People shouldn't receive years. Actually, you know what? I think people should receive torture. They should be stoned for like an hour. Or they should have their fingernails pricked out. Or they should have like a super ugly haircut and have to wear it for like 5 years. Or they should not be allowed to have children. They should take that right away. Reproductive organs gone. Bye-bye. Or they can only take cold showers. I don't know. There needs to be some type of reparation here because it's not cool. You know what else is not cool? When family members bring these abusers around the rest of normal people. They should be caged somewhere. Since they want to act like animals, they should be treated as animals. Because that's what they are. Beasts. Disgusting pigs. If you think they are beasts and disgusting pigs, give me an emoji that says so. Okay? Anyway, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight because I'm disturbed as usual. I hope you are too. I hope you're so disturbed that you're going to buy lots of books and just hand them out to parents. Hand them to parents. New parents, young parents, old parents. Just give them out, spread the word, spread awareness, prevent it. Hashtag not them too, guys. Hashtag not them too. We don't want this to happen to anyone else. No one should have to suffer this injustice and have to grow up living with the repercussions of being abused. Everyone give a round of applause to Ellen DeGeneres for speaking her truth and being honest and coming out again. And to all the others who have decided today to tell someone. Take that first step and tell anyone what you're ashamed of. Because I know that it feels like it's your fault. And I want you to know that it's not your fault. You're not dirty. You have not done anything wrong. Even by keeping a secret for this long, you have not done anything wrong. What you have done is try to cope. And you should not feel ashamed or guilty for coping with something that some horrible person did to you. Even if this person does wonderful things to you at other times, this type of injustice casts a very big shadow over all those little nice things. It's irrelevant. Cut them off. Tell them what they did to you was wrong. Tell them what they did to you hurt you. Tell them how what they did to you has affected you. And do not really plan for an apology. You might not get one. Do not plan for people to be on your side. It might not happen. You're doing this to set your own soul free. And you're doing this because you deserve to have that space to speak your truth. Hashtag not them too. By the book, guys. Beware the wolf in sheep's wool by the unique Shanique. And let's continue to encourage others to speak up. And let's continue to encourage others to speak out and stand up for themselves, okay? I love you guys. So mote to be. Ta-ta. Also, guys, it's very important that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Why do you need to hit the subscribe button? You need to so that my page can come up on the search results at the tippity top, and so that I can continue making good videos, and so that we can build a community of others who are healing and who have survived and are now thriving. So hit subscribe for thrivers, hit subscribe for survivors, hit subscribe for each one, teach one, hit subscribe for my hard work in this advocacy, okay? Hit subscribe because you care about the children. Hit subscribe because hashtag not them too. Okay? Hit subscribe now and hit like. Love ya.